I'm AC Brown, and you're listening to Is My Aura On Straight, a podcast designed to help you start living from your core instead of your conditioning. Each week, we'll discuss topics ranging from human design, astrology, metaphysics, spiritual self-development, and everything in between. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Is My Aura On Straight. I am your host, AC Brown. I am your spiritual doula, intuitive strategist, human design expert, and I'm also an entrepreneur. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Is My Aura On Straight. Today's episode is exciting because I've been getting more and more requests for aura-specific episodes, which I'll be doing more of as the weeks and days go, the days and the weeks go by. But today we're focusing on our magical manifesting generators, and you literally get to choose your life. So if you're a manifesting generator, please get out a pen and a piece of paper or just take notes. If you are not a manifesting generator, remember, please listen anyway, because you might have a manifesting generator in your life, and this particular episode will help you learn how to deal with them either on a personal level or a professional level, in any kind of instance, whether it's your coworker, your boss, your husband or wife, or just a friend. Manifesting generators are all around us because remember, manifesting generators are the majority of the population. So let's get started. So manifesting generators, you are the focus of today's episode, and I have something very important to tell you. You get to choose the life that you live. You don't have to accept, none of us do, none of the aura types do, but especially manifesting generators, you don't have to accept the life that society prescribes to you. You can have the life you desire without giving up your identity and dignity just for a few dollars or a bit of exposure, even though some of you do. But that's just a personality kind of trait that's not necessarily attached to your aura type. So let's talk about how you can choose your life. So what makes a manifesting generator? So a manifesting generator, of course, has a defined sacral center, which is, if you look at your human design chart, it is the red box that is colored in, which that means it's defined. That means that you have sustainable energy. And then the other caveat that makes you a manifesting generator is that you have a motor directly connected to the throat. So what are the motors? The motors are in your human design chart or your body graph, whatever. I like just call it a chart. Is your will center, which is that small red triangle. Your emotional solar plex is a motor, which is, if you're looking at your chart face on, it is on the right hand side, the triangle pointing towards the left. And then your root center is also a motor. And then, of course, your sacral center. So what defines a manifesting generator versus a generator is a manifesting generator has a motor to the throat. So you are here to respond just like a generator, but you do it a little bit differently. So for instance, your life's purpose, just like a generator, is to build. But your strategy is a little bit different. Your strategy is to respond, imagine, inform, and then act. A lot of times manifesting generators get a little bit confused because why? They hear the manifesting part. Now, manifestors are the only aura type, pure manifestors, who get to initiate, then act, or inform, then act. Manifesting generators, you are not a manifester. Don't get fooled by the name. You are still at the core a generator. Now, you are here to create shortcuts to mastery. So the difference between you And a generator is here to master over time. You are to find shortcuts to mastery. So when you live in your strategy and when you are in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, what happens is your shortcuts to mastery start producing results really, really fast, which is a really great thing. And we're going to talk about that. So here's the thing with manifesting generators. And this is for generators as well. I'm just saying you can respond to anything. You are designed to be available to life itself. So you can respond to anything, whether that is love, whether that's money, sex, careers, anything that you can respond to, you can respond to. Now, here's the thing when it comes to being a manifesting generator. I posted on my Instagram, manifesting generators make up so the majority of the world's millionaires, billionaires, thought leaders fall in either the three categories. Majority of them are manifesting generators, projectors, and then second would be a tie between generators and manifestors. Manifestors, I say, would be a tie with generators because manifestors are so rare, and a lot of manifestors don't really hone their informing and initiating techniques like they should, just because of being conditioned in childhood. So manifesting generators have a little bit of that problem as well, but not so much, because you are still here to master something, but you are here to master something quickly and find the shortcut to mastery. So as a manifesting generator, one of the hardest things to accept is that you hear the word manifester and you hear that in your mind and you're like, okay, I'm a manifester. I can do whatever. No, that means that you have the power and the capacity to manifest, and you can move quickly and very efficiently, but you are still here to master something. So that doesn't mean that you get to just start stuff. You also have to start and finish. So manifestors, they are starters. Manifesting generators are starters and finishers, as I like to say. That's why you sometimes spend your life acting like manifestors and getting frustrated all the time. So what you need to learn how to do, and I'm going to talk about it here, is learn how to do things fast, because of course you will do things faster. But what happens when you move so fast, just like a pure manifester, you make a lot of mistakes because you forget about the generator part, which is mastery and building something. So a lot of manifesting generators, they get very frustrated because they can move fast. You are here to multitask. You are here to do multiple things at one time. But when you move so fast, you make mistakes. So I like to say, if a manifesting generator and a regular generator had the, let's say they were both, let me use an example. They were both bakers and they were both on the same baking competition team, whatever you want to call it, or they were had a baking competition that was, a pastry like competition, like a chef kind of thing. 9 times out of 10, the generator is going to beat the manifesting generator, because the manifesting generator moves so fast. Yes, they have mastered the art of cake baking. Yes, they know how to make chocolate ganache faster than the rest, or they found different shortcuts to making chocolate ganache. However, because they move so fast and because their mind is always going and they never take the time to stop and slow down, that the generator, because they are so meticulous and they have already mastered the art of baking a chocolate ganache tart, let's use that as an example, that they're going to follow the correct steps the first time. The manifesting generator, hands down, is going to skip a step or mess up a step and have to go back and repeat itself. Therefore, they will be behind. So for my manifesting generators, as you are mastering stuff, yes, you can do multiple things at one time. Yes, you're allowed to multitask and be all over and have your, eggs in several baskets. But the goal is to stop and to definitely pick one thing and then have everything be in that same wheelhouse. When I coach and I talk to manifesting generators who are not where they want to be in life, it's usually because they're all over the place with things. They're, a yoga teacher, and then they also have a hair salon. Like, it's so just all over the place because of they can do multiple things. They can multitask. I'm not telling you not to multitask. I'm telling you to find a wheelhouse. So if you want to be a yoga teacher, then you need to work on doing meditation classes. You need to work on doing mindset workshops. You need to work on self-care things. You need to work on eating healthy. Whatever is in that wheelhouse, multitask that. Manifesting generators often get tripped up is because they multitask in other areas that have nothing to do with what they want to master. And then they feel like, oh, well, I can do all things, because I'm a manifesting generator. That is true, but you are still here to master something. Manifestors are not here to master something, even though we all should want to achieve mastery at some form. But a manifestor can just initiate and start ideas creatively and have other people finish them. You, on the other hand, you can do that, but then you also have to go ahead and master it as the generator part of you. Now, with manifesting generators, to say the like, I always ask them, is it a hell yes or a hell no? It's never a hell maybe. And that is with that sacral feeling in your body. You feel that yes, you feel that no. It's never going to be a hell maybe. So what is your sacral saying to you when it comes to picking relationships, friends, opportunities that you're responding to? What is it saying to you? And then when you get that hell yes, that's when it comes time for you to imagine how you're going to respond to it, and then inform those around you. This is what's going to happen, or this is how it's going to happen, and then you act. So that's the difference between you and a regular generator. Regular generators just responding and then acting. You are responding, then you're imagining how it's going to play out. You're imagining what's going to happen when you respond to it. You're imagining, what you're going to say. You're imagining how you're going to feel. You're imagining all these things of how you're going to respond to it. Then you inform people, this is what's going to happen. And then you act. And that's what makes a manifesting generator. You have the power, like I said, to choose your life. Everybody does. But manifesting generators, I see it time and time again. And I tell if you go to Google, get any book you want on visualization techniques, on mindset techniques, that is going to help you. That is going to steer you in the right direction. Your mind is extremely powerful. When a manifesting generator is aligned, and that's, my next thing, are you in alignment? Because if you're not in alignment, you're not going to get things to respond to, especially as a manifesting generator. You are constantly going to be hitting brick walls. You're constantly going to be getting frustrated because you can't find the right work. You're going to feel frustrated because you're not going in the right direction. You're going to be very impatient. You're not going to be able to trust your sacral responses because you're all over the place. You're going to have constant interruptions to your creative flow. That's why the interruptions to creative flow is extremely important to steer away from. That's why you need to keep everything in the same wheelhouse, because creatively, as you flow, as you learn, as you do, as you are being in the world, you will be able to flow in alignment with all the things that you're doing. So if you're doing 5 different projects, which I don't recommend, I like to say, pick your top 3, one of them being the thing that you want to master or be known for, and the other 2 are anchors for you. try not to do more than 3. That's going to interrupt your creative flow, and interruptions to your creative flow are just not what you want, because that's when the frustration sets in. That's when you will be deemed or feel like you're so busy. Manifesting generators who are so busy, they're usually not in alignment, or they're operating a lot out of their wheelhouse. So if you're like, oh, I'm so busy, I have so much going on, I feel like there's not enough time in the day, you probably are having several different wheelhouses trying to run them together, and that's just not going to work for you in the long run. Yes, because you do have the energy to do all things, but like I said, you still have that generator part of you. You are a generator at heart. You just have a little bit leg up on a generator because you have that bit of a manifester in you. So my advice to any manifesting generators listening to this is to make sure you are still mastering something. Yes, you're going to find a shortcut to mastery, but once you find that shortcut to mastery, you don't necessarily need to move on to something else. You need to continue to find shortcuts to what you're trying to master. Go to that next part of your wheelhouse and master that. Find shortcuts to that, but keep it all in the same wheelhouse. And if you're done with that wheel, after 5 or 10 years, then you can move on to a different career. You can choose that. Everybody can choose that, but especially manifesting generators, you can choose that. So some of the things that apply to you, manifesting generators, that apply just like generators, is that you can pursue any career, education, friends, person, whatever you think your mind wants to, but you will not know it's right until you're in it. So that's unfortunately the downside of being a generator in the generator family, because you have to listen to that sacral center, and you have to know what you love to do and what you don't love to do, etc. So in order for you to stay healthy and be in alignment with making money, you definitely do need to do more than one thing at a time. It's normal to have trial and error periods, or just trying to do something as a manifesting generator, but try not to do it for too long. When you really figure that out, when you are in that thing and you know that moment, like, wait, this is not going to be right for me, get out of it. Just quickly get out of it so you don't commit to anything, because once you commit as a manifesting generator, you're going to start experiencing those high and low plateaus just like generators, and you will get so freaking frustrated, and you're going to miss details. You're going to try and go faster. So once you don't like something, don't say, let me see if I can give this another shot, or let me keep on going just to see if it'll turn out. Once you figure out that you don't like doing something, come to terms with it, make your peace, and move the hell on. Because the longer that you are stuck in something, whether it be a career, a job, a friendship, a relationship, the more you're going to get frustrated. I mean, that's with anybody, but mostly with manifesting generators, because generators in general, so manifesting generators and generators, you have this ability to be able to stick out something for the long term, because like I said, you're here to master things. So in mastery, you're looking at the long term big picture. But when you figure out in that beginning stage that you don't like something, or you don't like someone, or that particular situation is not working out for you, it's best to reevaluate and then move on. Because as a manifesting generator, you want to, I don't want to say keep your options open, but you want to be a little bit more flexible and fluid with your options, because you're able to do many things at one time. You just want to just have more of a flow when it comes to pursuit of friendships, relationships, career, business, etc. Now, I always talk about manifesting generators as being like, the star of the aura types. And technically you are the stars, because some people like, oh, you're a manifesting generator. So people like, oh, you think you're better than the rest of the aura types. You do have a little bit of an advantage, but because I've studied this for a long time, I know, weaknesses and strengths. Manifesting generators, when you are on and when you are doing your thing, you are on and you're doing your thing and you are absolutely phenomenal. But that doing your thing comes down to visualization and your mindset. I cannot express to you how important visualization and mindset is crucial for a manifesting generator. Some manifesting generators, some manifesting generators have different advantages based on their charts with different gates and different centers that they have either defined or undefined. But all in all, you guys have a defined throat center. And with that defined throat center, as I've stated in other podcasts and just in general, having a defined throat means that you are heard. The throat center in human design is the manifestation center. It is for manifesting, because manifesting takes action. It takes speaking things into existence. So when manifesting generators are unhappy and they don't have the life that they want, it is 9 times out of 10 their fault. Now, I know they're like, well, it's all everybody's fault if you don't have the life that you want. Absolutely. Because you're not taking the right steps, etc. But for manifesting generators, it's really your fault. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but that's how powerful your visualization skills can be for you. So if you are having issues manifesting things that you want to come into existence, you definitely need to work on some techniques that you might some techniques to clear some things in your body. You might need to decondition from some of your childhood upbringing that you learned. Something you just need to clear some blocks that you might have, because manifesting generators are just amazing at manifesting, period. I always tell people, if you have a manifesting generator friend, to ask them to manifest for you. And this is probably one of the most interesting, fascinating things I think that all aura types should do. So if you have a manifesting generator friend and you're not a manifesting generator, ask them to manifest something for you. Ask them for a week, maybe, to visualize something that you want, and ask them to visualize it coming into your life for you, how it's going to happen, all of that. Ask them to do that for you for a week and watch how things turn around. Because they have the power to manifest so well, is that when they are especially not doing it for themselves, it's like pure magic. They can make things appear and happen, and the universe aligns for the people around them. And I think that also frustrates manifesting generators as well, because they have that power. Sometimes they will manifest things that they say that they didn't ask for, but they were thinking about it, or they attached a feeling to it, and then it comes into their life. So my manifesting generators, if you're still with me listening, send me some manifesting, stories. I would love to hear them. And I would love to, read them on air about manifesting generators. On air, like I'm on the radio, guys. Oh, I feel like I'm on the radio sometimes, but I'm not. It technically is, but it's just like recorded radio, but whatever. So send me your manifestation stories, because it never fails. Every time I do a chart reading or coaching with manifesting generators, they tell me so many instances about, yes, I was thinking about this, AC, and then 2 days later it appeared, or 2 days later it happened. It's pretty amazing. If you're a manifesting generator and you have not had a reading from me, I would, advise you to, because since I've worked with a lot of them, I can give you some tips and tricks to really take it up a notch for yourself and thrive the right way that you need to. If you don't know your aura type, definitely fill out the little link on my Instagram and I can send you your aura type. But for my manifesting generators, please make sure you follow, these 4 things. Is it a hell yes? If it's not a hell yes, then keep it moving. What's your sacral saying to you? Make sure you know what you want, because if you don't know what you want, that defeats the damn purpose anyway. Same with generators. What is the outcome of the decision that you're going to respond to? Visualize that shit. Make sure you're visualizing on a day-to-day basis. Do visualizing techniques every day. Do visualization exercises. Find all the books you can on mindset, and read them. Do the exercises for them. I'm putting together something for manifesting generators on that, so stay tuned. And then, are you in alignment? Is it in your wheelhouse of mastery? Remember, you still have to master something. You are not a manifester. You are still here to master something. So make sure you're following those, asking yourself those 4 things all the time as you go along. Because I just want you guys to realize your power. Every aura type has its superpower. And manifesting generators, yours is visualization and mindset, and making things come to you that way. So if you're not utilizing that, or if you're stuck in these repeating patterns that are constantly keeping you in the same cycle of your story of why this, why that, or why it cannot happen, you got to get out of it. You have to learn how to change your mind, turn it around for yourself, because you can have the life that you want, and you do have the upper hand versus other aura types, because you are here to master things in a quicker time. You are here to visualize and allow your life to come to you. But if you are still stuck in those same patterns of constantly, I wasn't given this, or this is not how I was raised, and all of this stuff, you're going to keep on clouding your mind with the wrong things that keep you from your destiny. And that is not the goal. So to all my manifesting generators, make sure you are taking at least 10 minutes a day and visualizing the life that you want. Even start with the simple things. Visualizing someone paying for your groceries. Visualize someone paying for your coffee at Starbucks. Visualize parking spots. You are literally the walking law of attraction. That's who manifesting generators are. So, think it, believe it, receive it. That is you. So if you are having trouble in your life and you are lacking, or if you are blocked, you have the power to change that around. Yes, all the other aura types do too, but manifesting generators, that's what you're here to do. Manifest and generate. So just keep that in mind. I don't have any help my aura out questions today, but hopefully next episode I will. So if you want me to answer any aura specific questions on the podcast, please send me an email, and in the subject line, put help my aura, and then put the aura types of the people involved, and I will help you out to the best of my ability. If you haven't experienced a human design reading with me, please go to my website to work with me and choose the Who You Are in Human Design readings. I have different levels there where you can get a reading with me, and I also have a mini course on the art of your strategy, and you can find out some tips and tricks on working your strategy a little bit better. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, and starting next week on Wednesday, I will be doing a Is My Aura On Straight live Instagram show on Wednesdays. Not sure what time. It's either going to be 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. depending on how the voting goes. And look out for some other great video content from me on some other platforms. That's all I will say. But if you like this, definitely subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend, send me an email. And until next time, have an amazing, amazing day filled with good vibes and great energy. Thank you for listening to another episode of Is My Aura On Straight. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at AC Brown, and also check out my website for products and services at www.acbrown.com. And until we meet again, make sure you have a great week filled with good vibes and good energy.